Please go and examine the water well. The water is empty. I need to report this to the doctor. This is still an old wooden cart, but after the doctor tells me I know something weird was happening, please go and pull the lever behind the cart on the east part of town. So now I can actually pull the lever here. Clank! I should hurry and check the well. So if I talk with this guy, he will say, good job. Now check the water well again. And if I go now and check the water well, oh, something's coming up. Hello guys, my name is Lucas and welcome. Before we begin, there's something I want to tell you. I tried recording this video several times and I failed. I failed because this video is quite long and a little bit more complex than the other videos I usually make. So I'm afraid if I go into too much detail talking, everyone's going to fall asleep, including me. So before we start, I really want to recommend you go ahead and check the videos I made on inheritance, because we're going to be using that in this video. Also, I want to give an enormous thank you to my patrons on Patreon. Thank you for supporting me, thank you for making these videos possible, and thanks to all my subscribers and all the people who leave their comments in my videos. So with all that aside, let's begin now finally with this episode. I'm going to explain you the quest. This guy, the witch doctor, is going to tell us to examine the well. The well is going to be blocked by something, so he's going to ask us to pull a lever somewhere. We're going to pull that lever, and when we go to examine the well again, we're going to see that something's coming up. And what that's it is a bunch of mummies that are going to come up from the well to attack the town. And once we kill the mummies, the witch doctor is going to reward us with some potions or whatever you want to reward your player with. So that's going to be the quest. So as you can tell, it's going to be quite long, so you better get a cup of tea or coffee or whatever you like drinking and get ready for this tutorial. So as we said in the past, I'm going to make an NPC class. What NPC class is going to do is take care only of dialogue. Anything that we want to be able to talk with the player on our game is going to be to use an NPC class. And then if we want a specific quest, we're going to make a specific class for that inherits from the NPC. And if we want to have shopkeepers, it's going to be a whole different story. So I'm going to start by making a NPC class, a C# script, and I'm going to call it NPC only. Currently I don't like using the controller word at the end of my classes names. So I have this NPC class. Remember, before we have this NPC controller, which was a mess. It just handles everything by itself, and I don't like doing that anymore. So here I'm going to make different things. Right now I'm going to make a simple dialogue. In the future we can make a more advanced dialogue system. So I'm going to make a public string dialogue. We also want to inherit iClickable because we want to be able to click on our NPC. Implement the interface on left click, and we want to make a function called talk. We want to create this function and it's a void talk. So on left click we're going to talk, and we use the dialog manager, I think, yes, dialog manager dot instance dot print on dialog box whatever we want to say. So right now when we left click on our NPC, it's going to talk, and what talk does is just show us whatever that we have here in this dialogue, this string here. So I'm going to go ahead and take my witch doctor, and I'm going to replace the old NPC controller we had. I think I removed it. Yeah, we used to have this NPC controller. I'm going to use this new NPC, and I'm going to set some dialogue, testing hi or something, and I'm going to test it. If I left click on my NPC, it shows the dialogue. Now we have a basic NPC class. We could also make an NPC for our well, so let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to add a NPC class. This is a water well or whatever, and it also needs to have a collider, otherwise we cannot left click on it. So maybe a capsule collider or a box collider will do. We can also use a mesh collider. So now we can test these two NPC classes that we have. This is a water well, testing high, this is a water well, and there you go. Now we have a very simple NPC class for our game that it just talks to us. So I want to make a comment here, a summary. I want NPC class will talk to player when clicked. For more behavior, please extend this class. That means we need to inherit it from another class, and that's exactly what we're going to do now. So let's go to our scripts, create a new C# class, and I'm going to call it WitchDoctor. And you can also add the NPC so that you know that this class inherits from the NPC class. And we can separate this into folders so we can have all the NPC classes in one folder. So NPC, and we can have all the NPC related. Even though these are old, I'm just going to move them there just so that it's better organized. I'm going to be working on this Witch Doctor class now. So the first thing we want to do is that our Witch Doctor NPC inherits from our NPC class. Now we can have all the good stuff from the NPC class, and we can make our own custom behavior, and that's the beauty of what we're going to do next. So our Witch Doctor first is going to ask us to examine our well. So it asks us to examine our water well. So we need a reference for our water well. So I'm going to make a serialized field water well, and it's an NPC, sorry. So water well NPC. We can then set the dialogues in different points of our quest. So after we examine it, something different can happen to this NPC. Maybe it's going to explode or whatever, and then we can call it from our Witch Doctor who is in charge of this quest. So I'm going to first of all set the dialogue of this character, the Witch Doctor. So dialogue is going to be equals, please go and examine the water well. So when we click on him, he's going to tell us this, and then we want that after he tells us this, if you remember right now, our water well will just tell us this is a water well, but we want that after we talk with the NPC and we talk again with this water well, the dialogue is going to be something different. So what we're going to do is an action that is going to be called on talk. So it's something that will happen after we talk with an NPC, and we can set these functions from other classes. So after I do it once, I think you will understand, and if not, please let me know in the comments. So we're going to make a public system.action, and I'm going to call it on talk. We don't need that. So here, talk, and after talk, we're going to run. First, we're going to check if on talk is not null. And if it's not null, and I think my keyboard is really noisy, I'm really sorry about that. If on talk is not null, we're going to call on talk. So what does on talk do? Right now, it does nothing, but here in Witch Doctor, we can set whatever we want to happen after we click. So for example, we could do this. On talk is going to be equals to a lambda expression, and this is going to change the dialogue of our water well. So water well dot dialog is equals to the water well is empty. I need to report this to the doctor or something like that. So when we talk with this WitchDoctorNPC, we're going to change the dialogue on our water well. So we can go ahead and try this now. And we have to add a WitchDoctorNPC class. The dialogue can be empty because it's going to be set on start, and we need to set our water well reference here. So let's go here in the hierarchy water well, and you see that it has the water well NPC script there attached to it. So now if we try this, I want you to notice that the witch doctor got its dialogue, and the water well, it still has this is a water well dialogue that we can see if we press here. This is a water well. This is a water well. But right after we talk with the witch doctor, he's going to say, please go and examine the water well. And you see down here that the water well dialogue already changed. So if I go now and click the water well, it's going to say the water is empty. I want to say the water well. I need to report this to the doctor. And now this guy here can tell the doctor to change its dialogue to something different. So let's go and do that. This is getting exciting. So it's going to be a bit messy maybe. You can see how you organize this part. I think it's good enough for now. So I'm going to just make a comment saying this is part 1. This is part 2. So I want to change the on talk of our water well. So water well dot on talk is going to be equals to a lambda expression, and a lambda expression, just think of it as a piece of code that we want to run at some given point, but not right now. So it's like storing some code here, and we're going to run it when we call this action. You can think of it like this for now. Of course, I will explain it in more detail later in other video. So for the water well, I can also do this here. So it's just more clear. This is after we talk. What is going to happen is that we're going to change the dialogue of our witch doctor. So if you feel confused, you can type this. So you know we're talking about the witch doctor, and here we're talking about the water well. So the witch doctor will say something like, I knew something weird was happening. Please go and pull the trigger behind the cart on the east part of town, or something like that. So we're going to make a lever so that we can pull the lever and unlock the well, the water well or something. So this is a water well. No one cares. I go talk with this witch doctor. Oh, what happened here? So this is something I messed up. This here should be inside the action, this on talk action that we set here. So this is why it gets messy, because here you'll see it start to nest inside and it can get really messy. So we will think of somehow to make it less messy in the future, but right now let's do it like this. So this part, water well on talk, will change only after we have talked with the witch doctor. Let's try this again. This is a water well. All right, let's go talk with the witch doctor. Please go and examine the water well. Now we go here. the water well is empty. I need to report this to the doctor. So now we go to the doctor again and he says, I knew something weird was happening. Please go and pull the trigger or lever behind the cart on the east part of town. So we will go to the east part of town where there is a cart and we're going to pull a lever that's going to unlock this. We need to we need to assign a NPC to this as well so we can use that. So let's just add a component NPC, and there we go. We're going to set the behavior through this NPC. So I knew something weird was happening. Please go and pull the lever or lever. How do you pronounce this? Lever or lever? I want to say hi to all those non-native English speakers just like me that are watching this video. So leave a comment if you're a non-native English speaker. Yeah, so go ahead and pull the lever. That's me getting distracted. Behind the cart. So we added the cart here. So we need to make a reference to that cart. So just like what we did with the water well, we're going to make one called cart. And we can make these kind of variables because we know that this is going to be used for this specific quest, the quest that is given to us by the witch doctor. So, okay, I knew it, something weird was happening. Please go and pull the lever on the cart. So now what we do is go and take the cart dialogue, clank, something like that. I should hurry and maybe just check the well. So here we pull this and now we want to check the well. If we just go and click on the card, we're just going to say something like this is an old wooden cart. But right after we are in that part of the quest, we're going to see that this dialogue here is going to change, and the witch doctor, we also need to assign the reference to our card. So where is that card? So this one, yes. So witch doctor, we're going to assign this part here. And now let's go ahead and try this quest. I'm going to first talk to the well. This is a water well. I'm going to click on the cart. This is an old wooden cart, so nothing special is happening until I talk with this guy here. Please go and examine the water well. Now the water well is empty. I need to report this, blah blah blah. If I click at this point, if I click this, you see this is wrong. Clank, I should hurry and check the well. We have to do this part here after the witch doctor tell us this. So instead of doing it there, we need to do this dot on talk, and we're going to replace it with another lambda expression. Which is going to be cart, changing the cart dialogue to this. We're almost there, because this is part 3, I think. Yeah, this is part 3. And we are going to set the water well and the witch doctor dialogue. So water well dot dialogue is going to be, oh wait, this part here is part 4 already. So part 4 is going to be when we talk to, when we pull the lever, right? So it's going to be cart dot on talk, and it's going to be equals to this lambda expression. So when we pull the lever, we're going to change the water well dialogue. Oh, something is coming up. And we're going to change the old man's dialogue. So this dot dialogue is going to be good job, because we pulled the lever, right? Good job. Now check the water well again. And so we could talk to the witch doctor or directly go to the water well at this point. So, oh, something is coming up. And then after we talk with this guy, we want to create some mummies. So here we're going to have a function called create mummies. So water well dialog, oh, something is coming up, and then we need to change the water well on talk. We need to set it as create mummies. So when we talked this last time with the water well and we see, oh, something's coming up, we're going to create the mummies that we need to defeat in order to complete this quest. So let's try this. So this is a water well, this is a wooden cart, and then if I talk to this guy, please go and examine the water well. The water is empty, I need to report this to the doctor. This is still an old wooden cart, but after the doctor tells me I know something weird was happening, please go and pull the lever behind the cart on the east part of town. So now I can actually pull the lever here, clank. I should hurry and check the well. So if I talk with this guy, he will say, good job. No, check, it should be now. Now check the water well again. And if I go now and check the water well, oh, something's coming up. And then, boom, mummies come up. And I'm getting carried away. So I think this video is starting to get pretty long. So we're going to make the mummies come up on the next video. Sorry guys, I know you guys were getting excited too. So if you had any questions so far, please let me know in the comments. I'm going to try to make sure that you understand, and if you don't, you really don't, I'm going to make another video explaining into more detail. But basically that's it. We are nesting different lambda expressions here in these actions called onTalk, and as the quest progresses, we are changing the behavior of our NPCs, which in this case are the water well and the cart and the witch doctor. These are our three main NPCs that take part on this quest. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you all on the next one.